Have you ever wondered what it would be like to interact with your guardian angel directly? For Saint Gemma Galgani, this was an everyday reality. Her angel guided her, corrected her faults, and even performed miracles in her life. In this video, we'll explore the remarkable relationship between Saint Gemma and her guardian angel, a relationship filled with divine correction, inspiration, and supernatural acts. Stay with us as we uncover how this heavenly guidance shaped Saint Gemma's path to sainthood, and what we can learn from her experience in our own spiritual journeys. Capítulo 1. Saint Gemma's special relationship with her guardian angel. Saint Gemma Galgani's spiritual journey offers a unique glimpse into the extraordinary role that guardian angels can play in the lives of those striving for holiness. Unlike the typical experience where angels remain unseen, Saint Gemma's angel appeared to her frequently, providing both guidance and correction. He wasn't merely a silent protector, but an active participant in her spiritual growth, helping her focus her heart and mind on Christ's love, especially during her profound meditations on the Passion. This relationship was central to Saint Gemma's path to sanctity. Her angel became a mediator between her and divine wisdom, ensuring that her spiritual practices were aligned with God's will. This kind of visible angelic presence is rare, and it highlights how God's grace can manifest in extraordinary ways when a soul is fully open to His guidance. Through the angel, Saint Gemma was able to deepen her understanding of her role as a victim soul, offering her sufferings for the salvation of others in a spirit of profound humility. An essential part of this bond was the angel's role in Saint Gemma's meditations on Christ's Passion. He would lead her mind and soul toward deeper contemplation of the mysteries of Christ's sacrifice, allowing her to unite her own sufferings with those of Jesus in a powerful way. The angel's presence transformed what could have been mere prayer into a profound spiritual encounter, reminding Gemma and us of the eternal value of Christ's love. Her guardian angel also acted as a divine instructor, guiding her away from spiritual dangers. Whether it was moments of spiritual dryness or internal distractions, the angel was always there, directing her back to the narrow path of holiness. His interventions were often gentle but firm, ensuring that Gemma never strayed far from her mission of offering herself to God. This kind of angelic guidance is a powerful reminder that, even though we may not see them, our guardian angels work tirelessly to keep us on the path toward heaven. In these encounters, we can glimpse the depth of Saint Gemma's openness to divine grace. The angel wasn't just an outside force, he was an integral part of her daily spiritual life. This teaches us that cultivating a deep relationship with our guardian angels can transform our own prayer life, leading us closer to God's will. By trusting in their guidance as Saint Gemma did, we can find the strength and wisdom to navigate our spiritual journeys. Capítulo 2. Angelic Corrections, a path to holiness. While the angel brought much comfort and inspiration to Saint Gemma, his role as a guide also involved moments of firm correction. Unlike some spiritual consolations that offer only comfort, Saint Gemma's guardian angel was deeply concerned with her growth in virtue, even when it required stern rebukes. He would correct her with divine authority whenever she faltered, particularly in her thoughts, words, or actions that strayed from humility or chaste. These corrections, though difficult to receive, were a key part of Gemma's sanctification. Her angel reminded her that even small sins, like speaking unkindly about others or allowing vanity to creep into her thoughts, were obstacles to the deep communion with God that she sought. For instance, when Gemma allowed herself to become distracted in prayer or was tempted by fleeting vanity, her angel would rebuke her, helping her refocus on Christ. These moments of discipline were never harsh for the sake of punishment. They were acts of love, helping her purify her heart and align her will with God's. What is notable in these corrections is the angel's persistence. Gemma was corrected not once, but often several times a day. This constant vigilance helped her become more aware of her imperfections and more eager to overcome them. Through the angel's firm guidance, she was continually called back to a life of deeper humility and faithfulness, which allowed her to avoid complacency in her spiritual journey. For us, these corrections serve as a reminder that God's love is not always about comfort, it's about transformation. The importance of such divine corrections is not limited to Saint Gemma. In our own lives, we may experience spiritual corrections in subtle ways, whether through moments of self-awareness, prayer, or the AU. Gemma's experience encourages us to embrace these corrections as signs of God's loving concern for our growth, not as punishments. Just as her angel helped her grow in holiness, we too can be led back to the right path through the promptings of our guardian angels, spiritual directors, or even moments of inner reflection. This chapter in Gemma's life teaches us that holiness often involves learning from our mistakes and accepting corrections with humility. The road to sanctity is paved not only with grace and inspiration, but also with the discipline needed to avoid the pitfalls of sin. As we seek to grow closer to God, Saint Gemma's example challenges us to listen carefully to the ways in which our own guardian angels might be guiding us, sometimes with love and other times with a gentle nudge back to the right path. Capítulo 3. Angelic Inspiration and Miraculous Acts Beyond Discipline. Saint Gemma's guardian angel also provided her with divine inspiration and participated in miraculous events that shaped her life. Perhaps one of the most extraordinary aspects of their relationship was the way her angel would guide her through moments of deep prayer, especially when meditating on the Passion of Christ. It was during these times that her angel helped her to enter more fully into the mystery of Christ's suffering, encouraging her to unite her heart with his in a profound way. The angel didn't merely guide her thoughts. He also facilitated miraculous acts such as the delivery of letters to her spiritual director, Father Germano. This was no ordinary task. Gemma's letters were sent across great distances without the use of earthly means. Her angel would deliver them directly, an act that demonstrated how closely heaven was involved in her spiritual direction. These miraculous acts of assistance show the power of divine intervention in our everyday lives, even in practice. The angel also inspired Gemma's mission as a victim soul, urging her to embrace suffering in union with Christ. This wasn't a simple task. Her angel constantly reminded her of the redemptive power of her pain, encouraging her to see beyond the physical and focus on the spiritual significance of her sacrifices. By doing so, the angel helped Gemma transform her pain into an act of love for God and for the salvation of others. This perspective on suffering is one that we can all learn from, especially in times of hardship. What sets Saint Gemma's relationship with her angel apart is how it combined the miraculous with the deeply personal. The angel's interventions weren't just divine spectacles, they were acts of profound care for Gemma's soul. His miraculous delivery of letters and his participation in her meditations show how closely God works through angels to guide his chosen souls. This teaches us that the miracles we seek are often less about grand displays and more about the quiet, transformative ways in which God leads us closer to him. If you're inspired by Saint Gemma's story and would like to explore the lives and prayers of other saints who experienced divine intervention, consider getting our ebook, 50 Saints, Stories and Prayers for Divine Intervention. It's available in our store and offers a deeper look into how saints like Gemma lived with their eyes fixed on heaven, guided by angels and filled with divine inspiration. Through their stories, we can learn to invite God's grace more fully into our own lives. Capítulo 4. Saint Gemma's Lessons for us today. Saint Gemma's experiences offer valuable lessons for our own spiritual journeys. One of the most striking aspects of her relationship with her guardian angel was her openness to his guidance, even when it involved correction or suffering. In today's world, we may not experience such visible interactions with our angels, but Gemma's life reminds us that we too are accompanied by these heavenly beings, whose mission is to lead us closer to God. A key lesson from Gemma's story is the importance of accepting divine correction. Her angel's frequent rebukes, though sometimes stern, were always aimed at helping her grow in holiness. For us, these corrections might come in the form of moments of inner conviction, the advice of a spiritual director, or life's challenges that reveal our faults. Like Gemma, we are called to embrace these moments as opportunities for growth rather than viewing them as setbacks. Another important lesson is how Saint Gemma approached suffering. Her angel guided her to view her pain as a means of uniting herself more fully with Christ's passion. In our own lives, suffering is often something we seek to avoid, but Gemma teaches us that it can be a path to deeper holiness if we offer it to God. By surrendering our trials to him, we can transform our pain into a spiritual offering, just as Gemma did. Her angel helped her see suffering not as punishment, but as a gift to be given back to God in love. Gemma's devotion to prayer is another key takeaway. Through her angel's guidance, she was able to deepen her meditation on Christ's passion, focusing her heart and mind entirely on God. In a world filled with distractions, we can learn from Gemma's example by asking our guardian angels to help us stay focused in prayer and grow in our relationship with God. Even when we struggle, our angels are there to guide us back to the heart of Christ. Finally, Saint Gemma's life shows us the value of trust in the supernatural. While most of us will not experience the same visible manifestations of our angels as she did, Her story reassures us that we are always surrounded by God's divine protection and guidance. By opening ourselves to the reality of our guardian angels and seeking their help, we can find strength and peace in knowing that God's messengers are always at work in our lives, guiding us toward heaven. Capítulo 5. How divine guidance shaped Saint Gemma's life. The divine guidance that Saint Gemma received through her guardian angel was central to her sanctification. Every step she took toward holiness was influenced by this heavenly intervention, from the correction she received to the inspirations that led her deeper into prayer and self-offering. Her angel wasn't merely a passive figure. He actively shaped her spiritual life, helping her discern God's will in all things. One of the most significant aspects of this guidance was how it helped Gemma grow in self-awareness. Her angel didn't simply correct her behavior. He helped her examine her heart and align her desires with those of God. This inner transformation was crucial for her spiritual growth, allowing her to become more attuned to the voice of the Holy Spirit. For us, this teaches the importance of cultivating a heart open to divine guidance, seeking to align our will with God's even in the smallest aspects of our lives. Gemma's angel also gave her the strength to embrace suffering with a spirit of joy. The redemptive power of suffering was a constant theme in her life, and her angel reminded her that every moment of pain could be offered to God for the salvation of souls. This perspective allowed her to view her physical and spiritual trials not as burdens, but as opportunities to unite herself more closely with Christ. In our own lives, this teaches us to see our struggles through the lens of faith, trusting that God can bring good out of even the most difficult circumstances. Another crucial aspect of Gemma's divine guidance was her obedience to God's will. Her angel often encouraged her to accept God's plan for her life, even when it was challenging or unclear. This obedience wasn't blind faith. It was rooted in a deep trust that God's will is always for our good. For us, this means learning to surrender our own desires and plans to God, trusting that He knows what is best for us, even when we can't see the bigger picture. Gemma's perseverance in her spiritual life was another fruit of her angel's guidance. Divine guidance doesn't mean the journey to holiness will be easy, but it does mean we are never walking it alone. Gemma's angel gave her the courage to continue, even in her darkest moments, and we can take comfort in knowing that our own guardian angels are by our side, offering their strength and guidance as we navigate life's challenges. Ultimately, Saint Gemma's life reminds us that divine guidance is available to all of us. Each of us has a guardian angel whose mission is to lead us closer to God. The key is to remain open to their influence, inviting their guidance into our daily lives and trusting that they will help us on our journey toward heaven. Capítulo 6. Trusting in the invisible guidance of angels. Saint Gemma's life is a powerful testimony to the invisible yet impactful guidance of guardian angels. Although we may not see or hear them directly, our angels are constantly at work in the spiritual realm, leading us closer to God and protecting us from the dangers we cannot perceive. For Saint Gemma, her angel was not only a protector, but also a stern guide, showing her the way to sanctity. This unseen presence was always by her side, and it was her openness to this divine assistance that enabled her to fulfill God's will so completely. One of the most fascinating aspects of Saint Gemma's experiences is how she came to trust fully in her angel's presence, even when faced with overwhelming challenges. Her unwavering trust in this divine guidance teaches us that, while we may not always understand God's plan, we are never truly alone on our journey. Saint Gemma's faith in her angel's constant support reminds us to place our trust in the spiritual forces that work behind the scenes in our lives. The invisible help of our guardian angels might not always be apparent, but their impact is undeniable when we reflect on how often we are led away from sin and toward virtue. A key part of Saint Gemma's spiritual growth came from her ability to discern the gentle guidance of her angel. Through prayer and contemplation, she developed a keen sense of when her angel was leading her in a particular direction. In this, Gemma reminds us that we too can become more sensitive to the divine guidance present in our lives. By fostering a deeper prayer life and opening ourselves to God's will, we can better hear the whispers of our guardian angels, encouraging us to act with kindness, humility, and faith. An important lesson from Saint Gemma's life is that our angels often guide us in subtle ways. Through the people we meet or the circumstances we encounter, they are constantly orchestrating divine interventions, even if we don't recognize them at the time. Saint Gemma's story invites us to reflect on our own lives and the many instances where we have been protected, guided, or inspired by an unseen force. These moments of divine assistance, though often unnoticed, are signs of the deep love and care that God has for each one of us, and His desire to bring us safely home to Him. In light of Saint Gemma's remarkable experiences, we are called to strengthen our relationship with our guardian angels, to trust them more fully, and to ask for their guidance in all areas of our lives. Whether we are facing difficult decisions, suffering from trials, or simply seeking to grow in holiness, our angels are there to help us, just as Gemma's angel helped her. As we strive for sanctity, we can take comfort in the knowledge that we have divine protectors walking with us every step of the way. To grow even closer to the saints and angels, consider exploring their lives and prayers more deeply. In our ebook, 50 Saints, Stories and Prayers for Divine Intervention, you will find not only the story of Saint Gemma, but also powerful prayers and examples from saints throughout history. This resource, available in our store, offers a practical way to invite divine help into your life, just as Saint Gemma did. With the saints and angels by your side, you will be better equipped to follow God's will with trust and devotion. Saint Gemma Galgani's life teaches us the power of divine correction, the importance of perseverance, and the value of trusting in our guardian angels. Her journey was marked by moments of profound guidance, and it's a reminder that we are never truly alone. Our angels are always with us, offering their protection and wisdom. If you're inspired by Saint Gemma's story and want to deepen your own spiritual life, consider becoming a member of our channel for exclusive content on the lives of saints, spiritual growth tips, and powerful prayers to help you on your journey. Before you go, don't forget to check out the video on your screen now for more inspiring stories of saints who, like Saint Gemma, experienced the divine presence of angels guiding them through life's trials. May Saint Gemma and her guardian angel continue to inspire us all to strive for holiness.